The itsy bitsy spider climbed
We're
up
not
the
doing that. That's such
water
babyish.
spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out.
This is Arachnophobia. I'm not doing the whole thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please notice that exits are conveniently located at the front and rear of this auditorium. When leaving the theater, we suggest that the exit at the front of the auditorium will allow you easier access to the parking areas. Thank you.
Oh, here I'm gonna go to Bush of the opening. Hi, I'm Mike Field. I'm sorry, I'll do it again. Hi, I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this is Forgotten Cinema. Each episode, we highlight a film that, for a variety of reasons, was forgotten by audiences. Whether it be a more popular film came out at the same time, or this movie simply didn't catch on with an audience on its own. We discuss what we love about the movie, or perhaps don't love about it, but we always recommend you revisit it. If you enjoy Forgotten Cinema, we would love to hear from you, even if it's negative, because we've gotten some negative stuff, which is fine, which is totally fine. You can go to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, TikTok, everywhere. We're on all these platforms, and we have a backlog of over 300, probably approaching 325, 350 for your listening and viewing pleasure. So thank you. Excellent.
Awesome.
Yes.
Great job. You got through the opening. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
What's going on?
I'll tell you what's going on. I'm chilling in my tree down in Chile or South America or Venezuela.
Okay,
I'm there. I'm chilling. And all of a sudden, these guys just come and just smoke me out. All my friends drop. I'm like, what's going on here? So then I'm like, you know what? You come to my place. I'm going to go to your place. So I hitch a ride onto his backpack because I'm not only is everyone else sick and tired of this dude, I'm sick and tired of this photographer guy complaining all the time. Like, you showed up here. You knew where you were going. Stop complaining.
Preach.
So I went there and I was like, I'm going to wait till he comes takes a nap because he's a big baby. I'm going to bite him. And then what happens when I bite him? I'm going to kill him because my bite's deadly. And get into that coffin. I'm going to hitch a ride. I'm just going to be eating my way all the way to Canaima. And when I get to Canaima, I'm going to hop out because, everybody's stupid there. And I'm going to hop out. I'm going to find myself a nice little lady spider to hook up with. And not only am I going to hook up with this lady spider and create all these other little spiders, but in that mess of spiders, I'm going to create another lady spider that's going to be my queen. And then because I'm incestual, I'm going to hook up with that queen and we're going to make a whole mess of spiders. So we're going to just eat through this town because you know what? You don't come to my tree when I'm just hanging out, bothering nobody and smoke my friends out. So that's not happening. This is Arachnophobia.
I didn't realize the spider was the protagonist of this film.
When you think about it that way, they started this nonsense.
They did. I did think that when he's like, he was controlled in his own environment. Yeah. And then you took him out. Gotta have a live one.
Exactly. All right. So Arachnophobia was one that we had put on our audience choice. I don't know if it was when 12 Monkeys got picked.
No, it was the one before that.
Right. And I think I made the comment that, I wanted to do Arachnophobia. And I'm like, eventually we were going to get this on our list because it's one of those movies that it's been so long.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 35 years. That's how old this movie is.
Yep.
And as I'm watching, I'm like, this movie's 35 years old. Holy crap. I mean, like I was 15 when this thing came out.
I was 3.
I know. So it's one of those movies that I think fits the kind of forgotten cinema, the reasoning why we started this podcast in a lot of different ways. I mean, a lot of people know it, but I don't think a lot of newer people know this film. No. So that's how I knew eventually we were going to get to it. So let's get into the facts and then we'll get into our discussion. I'm pretty positive that we both are. I mean, there are things going on here that we could talk about, but I'm pretty sure we both still had an enjoyable experience watching this film. Or maybe we didn't. Excellent. Why are you staring at me like that? I'm not the one scared of spiders. Your wife is.
Oh, wait, that's true.
All right. So Arachnophobia has a runtime of 109 minutes. It's rated PG-13. Production budget of $22 million. It came out on July 20th, 1990, as I said. That is a Friday. Its opening weekend, it did $8 million. Its domestic take was $53 million. Its worldwide total was also $53 million because it did not have an international release, which is surprising. But
the world is afraid of spiders.
Well, maybe Jeff Daniels doesn't really have that international appeal.
You talking that Dan from Roseanne doesn't have an international appeal?
John Goodman, yeah, that's just true. Well, also from Always, because that's how he got this gig.
True. I don't think Always is as popular.
No, but Always is a sneakily underrated Spielberg film.
I mean, all of them are sneakily underrated.
Why are they? Really? You've been Raiders?
Raiders is sneakily underrated. See, what's interesting is you say this movie is PG-13, whereas IMDb lists it as PG, and I saw somewhere else that this was PG.
I don't know. It said PG-13.
Where did it say PG-13?
I don't know, man. Okay, maybe it's PG.
I gotta look it up because as I was watching it, I was like, this movie should be PG-13. But everything I saw was PG.
I mean, do you really
Well,
want me
the
to take the
two things I
time
saw.
to go to?
No, you go on your facts. I'll look it up while you're facts.
Well, I look up everything on IMDb Pro. I could have written it
Right.
but that's fine. I mean, whatever. Who cares? PG-13. You can still see it. PG-13 suggested. All right. So production company was Hollywood Pictures. This is actually their first production. This is their first film that they produced. This is Disney's adult fair wing that they built off so that they can do more adult films, I guess. You also had Amblin Entertainment, as I talked about how Spielberg produced this a little bit, Interscope Communications, and Tangled Web Productions, and it was distributed by Buena Vista Pictures Distribution, so basically Disney. This film, if you go back to the 13th of July, the week before, you had Quick Change came out in a wide release, The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, and the movie Ghost. Clearly a big film. Actually, if you also go the previous week, you have Die Hard 2 as well. Die Hard 2 actually came in second or first. Ghost was first, I think. Die Hard 2, and then this film, Arachnophobia, was third when it was released. So Die Hard 2 is still kind of doing well here.
Die Harder.
This is true. That is what it's called.
Look at the same shit happened to the same guy on the same day.
Jesus, a lot of bleeps there.
That's gonna be a lot of. I was quoting because my brother at Christmas, because when we're recording this, it's just after Christmas. My brother invited the family over and he was like, "Oh, let's watch a holiday movie," and like he wanted to watch Die Hard. So I was like, and then my mom was like, "No, a real Christmas movie." So I said, "Die Hard 2." And then my dad was like, "Die Hard 2 sucks." I was like, "No, it doesn't. It's got one of the greatest lines."
Die Hard
Well, I kept
2
quoting that line.
has good stuff. But I posted this. I don't know if you probably saw this. It's like, it is ludicrous that McClane rolls into,
shoots his face,
shoots
Yes.
the gun with the bullet at Sipwits. I call them Sipwits. If you know, for you,
And no one opens fire on him.
and nobody opens fire on him in the middle. I mean, like, they all have their guns drawn. It's like, guys, like, you'd be dead. McClane would be dead in that scene. That roll credits were done.
They all must really hate Sipowicz. They're just like, let's see where this goes.
I mean, he's such an ass in that movie. But it does have some cool actions moments. There are really cool action scenes.
Icicle through the eye.
Yeah, but it's just,
I got enough friends.
there are just some stuff in there. I'm just like, oh, come on.
It's not as good, nowhere near as good as Die Hard 2, but or Die Hard 1, but it's a
No,
solid
absolutely
action
not. The ridiculous. I agree with you.
Yeah.
There's the ridiculous Tai Chi opening, and then he turns off the TV with it. I'm like, come on, what are we doing here? Anyways, okay. And and our airport's really that busy? Like, there are like thousands of people in one
Dulles
spot.
was a major
It's true, Dulles
airport.
Airport. You're absolutely right. It's actually not called that anymore, right?
No, it's not
Reagan?
called that anymore.
Is it Reagan?
I think
Is that
so,
what-
yeah.
All right. Anyways, where were we? Oh yeah. So the week that Arachnophobia came out, it also went up against Navy SEALs, which we all remember Charlie Sheen jumping off of the back of the Jeep into the water, right?
Absolutely.
That's always been I'm sure that was also tried by a lot of people. Don't do that at home. Come on. The week after, the 27th, you had a wide release of Problem Child, Presumed Innocent, which I've already talked about that story, my favorite Presumed Innocent story, and The Freshman. And then I also went
The Freshman movie we did.
Yes, it is. Is it? We did The Freshman.
The Freshman's the Matthew Broderick one?
We did
No,
The Freshman.
That's The Graduate.
We did The Graduate.
No,
we didn't do The Graduate. The Freshman is Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
We did the.
Did you ever look up the one that I didn't? I thought we didn't do that last.
No,
week,
I
a
didn't
couple
go back
weeks
to like
ago?
look to see what that one was.
You will when you edit it.
Yeah.
Why release? I don't know why I went to the week after this, but you also had Young Guns 2 coming out on August 3rd.
There's some heavy hitters around.
And then DuckTales the movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp, which I'm sure is a
Really
big-
heavy
big
hitters.
Butler fave. All right, this film is directed by Frank Marshall, who's done Alive, Congo, and 8 Below. Screenplay was Wesley Strick.
Apple.
So screenplay is Wesley Strick, and then you have a story credit for Al Williams and Dan Jacoby has 2 story credits. They came up with the story, and then Jacoby and Strick, I believe, wrote the. Not know if they wrote the script together, but they both have screenplay credits. So Strick is the final one on the screenplay. He wrote Cape Fear, Wolf, and The Saint. Jacoby has done Blue Thunder, Life Force,
A movie we did.
Vampires.
A movie we did.
And then Al Williams has done nothing. This is the. I don't want to say. Sorry, I'm sure he did a lot of other things, but he just does not have another writing credit. And I believe that does this one have the? Maybe it's the next week's film that has the uncredited rewrite. Apologies.
Well, in this film, they said they wrote the film again. There were rewrites. Maybe the same guys.
Yeah.
After they kept Jeff Daniels to make it less. It was more of a serial killer. It was very rote. Very like.
Yeah.
by the
It was
book.
more of a series. Yeah. It was more.
I think Jeff Daniels is the one that says it was like a computer wrote it.
Yeah, and then like they came in and they added some of the humor they wanted, but originally Frank Marshall wanted it to be more of
Straight up.
Yeah, they added in the rewrite they added the fear of spiders that Jeff Daniels has, which when you watch the movie is completely it's absolutely what you should have your protagonist have
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's. I mean, we'll get into it. But
Yeah. Cinematographer was Mikhail Solomon, who's was nominated for 2 Oscars, one for The Abyss and the other for Backdraft.
Abyss is a movie we did.
Exactly.
And Backdraft is on the list.
Is it?
I believe so.
All right.
It should be if it's not.
Check that door for heat, Tim. Trevor Jones is our composer. He's done Dark City, Notting Hill, and The Last of the Mohegans.
Dark City, another movie on our list.
It's on our list. Okay, no, listen, we can't just do movies that are on
And
the
Last
list.
of the Mohegans. I want to get people excited for what could possibly be in the future.
Possibly be, yeah. Edited by Michael Kahn, who's an 8-time Oscar nominee, who's won for longtime Spielberg editor.
Raiders.
There you go. Good job. Yeah, good job.
I was gonna say he's done so much stuff. I don't know.
So this cast is a big cast, but my notes in my viewing notes, one of my big note is it's Jeff Daniels and character actors, which works. I think works, but it adds for a giant list of people, which I'll try to get through, but I'm not going to give you I'm going to give you the credits you might recognize these people for, who I know them from.
I'm gonna go get a coffee, guys.
Jeff Daniels as Dr. Russ Jennings, our protagonist. He's in Dumb and Dumber, The Purple Rose of Cairo, and the TV show The Newsroom, to name a few. There are other films that Jeff Daniels is in. Harley Jane Kozak is his wife, Molly. She is in Parenthood. She plays Rick Moranis' wife in Parenthood. Remember, he sings to her. She's also in Necessary Roughness. She's the one I believe that Scott Bakula falls in love with. And she's also in When Harry Met Sally. John Goodman as Butler stated, is Delbert McClintock. He is our exterminator. He's in Roseanne, The Connors. That's kind of like, those are 2 separate shows, but the same character. He's also in Monsters, Inc. and 10 Cloverfield Lane. He's in a ton of things, I know. Julian Sands as Atherton, the doctor that causes this whole thing to start off. Naked Lunch, Warlock, A Room with a View. And then now let's get into our character actors. Stuart Pankin as a sheriff. I know him from Not Necessarily the News. I don't know if you remember that TV show back in the day. It was like a spoof.
Necessarily the News.
Yeah, it was a spoof TV show that was on HBO.
Okay.
And he was one of like those newscasters that you remember the term sniglets?
Yes.
That's where this came from.
Oh, really?
That's
okay.
where Sniglets came from. He's also in Congo. Brian McNamara is Chris Collins, who is Atherton's assistant who comes there. He's in Short Circuit. He's also on the TV show Army Wives. Jerry Manley's the name of the character. That is the guy I complained about in the beginning, the photographer. He's played by Mark Taylor. He's in Inner Space. Dr. Sam Metcalf, the old guy. Sam Metcalf's played by Henry Jones, the guy that hates on our Jennings guy. He's a big time Broadway career. He's also in the 1956 movie The Bad Seed. Peter Jason, who you remember, the coach, Peter Jason, he's in a couple movies that we did on the show, in The Mouth of Madness.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. He's in a lot of the Carpenter films. He's also in the TV show Deadwood. James Handy as Milton Briggs, who is the main coroner. Is that who he is? He comes in, he always tells Lloyd to shut up.
Oh yeah. He's the chief medical.
Okay, so he's the boss of the other guy.
He's the boss of yeah.
He's in The Rocketeer. He plays one of the engineering guys,
which is an amazing movie. And I don't know why we haven't covered this on the show yet.
Because it's not forgotten.
Is it not forgotten?
I mean, I guess maybe it could be forgotten again.
Yeah, I don't
it's
think
older.
A lot of
Rocketeer's great.
After us, yeah.
I love The Rocketeer. Roy Brocksmith as Irv, who is the mortician, who's the coroner.
Yep.
And I only know him from this film and Total Recall. Those are the only 2 films I know him from.
Those are the 2 films I could name him in.
Yes.
Yeah,
agreed.
He's been in a ton of things, but those are like, and I believe he's been in at least one, if not more than one episode of The X-Files.
Yes.
As like guest characters. Yeah. He's, but if you saw his face, you'd be like, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the sweat comes down in Total Recall, blows his head off. Now you've done it. Do you know how much I hate this fucking planet? Sorry about that, but beat that up. And then Kathy Kinney's his wife. She's in the Drew Carey Show.
Mimi.
Yeah, Mary Carver is the older lady that he helps in the beginning. She's the first one to she's the first one to die. She's in the TV show Simon and Simon. And then I only have Frances Bay, who was the wife of the doctor, only because I know her from the Marble Rye episode in Seinfeld, and she's Happy Gilmore's grandmother.
Yeah.
So that's all I know. All right, so that was it. So basically, like I said, Jeff Daniels and character actors, which quite honestly, I think that's a nice recipe, because you have all these people you recognize and they're able to do a little bit more. And you just have your one protagonist. You don't have people fighting for, his, that kind of, I mean, Julian Sands is kind of like, I wouldn't say he's a character actor, but he is obviously somebody who's kind of the intellectual coming in to kind of give us our, our background.
The explanation and everything. Yep.
All right, Butler, I've talked enough. Give me some of your thoughts. Let's go.
It's Jaws. It's Spider Jaws.
Okay. And I don't see a problem with that, but go ahead.
No. When you were like, I think we both like this film, and I give you I like this film a lot. I haven't seen it in forever, and I've only seen this movie maybe twice. So like there was some stuff that I remembered the movie, but there was some stuff like I had forgotten a lot of scenes, and like some stuff I misremembered. Like I remember John Goodman maybe having a bigger role. Like I remember his role was small, but like he was more important toward the end, which isn't really what happens. But your thing about like Jeff Daniels and character actors, that's Jaws. That's Jaws right there. It's not a whole bunch of giant people, and it allows you to get sucked into the story a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
They're all playing people that are memorable with some memorable bits that are just like they're their own people. There's no egos, which I think is kind of how you were. I mean, you said like nobody gets in Jeff Daniels' way, but also like egos. There's no like people competing for the limelight.
Well, they're exactly. They're really good. They character actors is not a dig.
Not at all. Yeah.
I admire
That's how you make your
character
bread
actors.
and butter anyway.
Absolutely, because like I mean, like we love Paul Giamatti. But Paul Giamatti is probably like the not the atypical, like the premier character actor.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like he is great and everything, and he doesn't necessarily need to be the lead. Yes, he's in the John Adams miniseries, which he is fantastic.
Yeah.
He's in The Holdovers, which I love, and he's great. Butler.
I know.
I was having a conversation the other day with my buddy Adrian, and we were talking about Alexander Payne films. And I was like, they are like, I grade those films based upon his other movies. Like those movies, like about Schmidt, I really like, but I don't like it as much as the other stuff. But his movies, but again, his movies are so well written, and they're about normal people. And The Holdovers is such a fantastic film. And when you watch The Holdovers, you're gonna wonder, why didn't Paul Giamatti win?
I can't remember who won over.
I mean, I was vaguely who it was, but it was like 2 years ago.
It wasn't longer. Yeah,
but he is phenomenal in this movie. The Holdovers is a phenomenal film, and you should watch it. I love that movie. But anyways, yes, like character actors is not a dig. Like it's not that they don't want the limelight. They just know what to do with their character.
They have become their character, as opposed to like Denzel Washington, Tom Cruise, who their characters become them.
And in essence, their character. Yeah, exactly.
But not everyone can do that.
Yeah.
And so if you're a character actor, that means you're above like being just a good actor.
And you will always work.
Character actor is great.
And you will work.
And you will have a lot of jobs.
Yes.
And you will be that guy that's like, oh man, I know I've seen them.
It's a great career.
Yes.
Because you will have tons of credits, and you will see like you're in one episode here, one episode here, one episode here. You're in all these credits, but that's because
you're in demand, and people.
You're in demand because you are a good worker. You're good at your job. You're probably a really good person, and you make a lot of connections. And you can come in and you can nail a scene and nail an episode of a popular show. You could be on Bones season 5, episode 10, and you can go over there and go do a Law and Order episode, and you would nail both of them, and like because you're appreciated,
and then go up and do a film as well.
Yeah,
and not get stuck in one or the other.
Absolutely. Yep. So, and I think we talk about it all the time about keeping the story simple. I think that, and that's not a knock as well. Like this is like one of those, this is kind of like this movie represents that, where they didn't get in their own way in terms of the writing and in terms of like what they're trying to do. Yes, it's Jaws with spiders, but you know what? That works.
Yeah.
And
which is why making him afraid of spiders is absolutely 100% necessary.
Yeah. Brody's afraid of water, kind of, he doesn't trust it a little bit.
He's not quite as phobic as Jeff Daniels is, but yeah.
But I think you need to be, the arachnophobia part needs to be in there, because you need
to face your fear.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Otherwise he's the doctor who's solving everything and just crushes spiders.
Yeah.
There's really no conflict other than spiders kill stuff. Doctor go in, kill spider.
The other note I have is that Frank Marshall also was using the birds as a kind of like inspiration for this film.
I saw that, which he was like, oh, because it's funny and not like terrifying to be afraid of the birds is serious, which is why I didn't understand.
Well, the scene in the house at the end, I would say, is probably more like with all the spiders everywhere, which is like, that's nightmare fuel when you're just watching that and there's just spiders everywhere.
Yeah. But they picked the perfect time to come out. They only finally come out when he's like, we got to get out of this house.
Here he is. Let's get him, boys.
Couldn't have been like 8 days ago. This is Mecca. Listen, this is Spider Mecca.
If we're going to talk about, I just talked about the whole opening, how the general spider was like, I'm coming to this town and I'm messing things up. I believe that these spiders are like, here he is, man. Let's go get him.
Yep.
Get him. Get his kids.
Oh, the spider was definitely like, I'm coming. You killed my boy. It wasn't even gassing him out. It was when he squished the one spider.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, no, you didn't. I love that shot. It's so lame, but it's so cool when he first bites the photographer.
Yes.
And it's clearly like an oversized stomach because it's an oversized model and the teeth just go in and come out. It's like, oh, but also super fake.
Oh yeah.
I love those like late 80s, early 90s effects.
And well, so let's go there too a little bit, where like there are a lot of effects that they blend well, where like, yes, if you pause it, you can catch it. Yes, that spider's fake at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I know that they used the bird eating the bird eating tarantula.
The bird eating tarantula was the general
but they added stuff to the spider.
They gave him a safe chess piece to increase his thorax or whatever the spider's body is, to make him look more intimidating.
Yeah. And they used already dead spiders that were already dead, like from natural causes for some stuff.
For some of the dead
Right.
spiders.
And then the note I saw too was like these spiders were brought in from New Zealand. Like that's because they had the best
they
look.
were the right look.
Right.
300 spiders.
But these spiders are also not allowed in New Zealand because of.
No, they weren't allowed back.
Yeah. Well, then why are we keeping them?
New Zealand is very, very strict, and Australia are very, very strict on like animals coming into their country.
Okay.
So they were probably like, you got them, you keep them. some spider doctor somewhere was just like, oh yeah, let's spread them out, guys. You want some? I got some. You got some. Let's do this. There's so many of the notes are just about how no spiders were harmed in the making of this movie.
I'm sure. Well,
8 million. It's interesting, but it's like that's a lot.
Well, I saw the note too, where like the end of the movie was just like everything wrapped, and the last scene they shot was Jeff
2
Daniels
weeks
downstairs. It was downstairs, like fighting the spider, and like he's actually throwing the bottle. Well, he's throwing the bottles of liquor at the real spider. And they're like, you need to miss. You need to purposely miss.
Yeah, don't kill the spider.
Please don't kill the spider. So he's like actively throwing this, which I think now they would not do. I think
no, they wouldn't.
It would be that the spider would be digitally animated. It would look weird. We'd be like, the spider's fake.
Yeah. Or you could probably do a really cool drone spider nowadays, like a remote control.
I think, but yeah. So it's pretty wild that they're doing that. They're actually, because that's like, I would do that if I was.
Oh, sure. But what's interesting is like, because he's like got the bookshelf on him, it doesn't look like he's purposely trying to miss.
Right.
It looks good within the film during that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Then they also did a little bit of puppet spider, although puppet spider doesn't look great because puppet spider is very like scenes like you could tell they're hiding him
when the spider jumps.
And whenever he's coming out of a door or around a door, you can tell it's kind of a puppet, and they don't show the whole thing.
Right.
Like, what I do love is the note that to get the spiders to go where they want, they sprayed down lemon pledge. I guess spiders don't like walking on lemon pledge, and they had vibrating string. And I actually I saw one of the vibrating strings when he's on the bench in the football during the football game.
Yeah,
as he's coming down into the helmet.
Yeah,
he walks across one of the benches, and you can see the vibrating wire in the background. And I was like, oh, there's the wire.
Nice. I didn't catch that. Very nice. I always remember in this movie when Julian Sands, the doctor, Atherton, puts the cricket in the spider web, and the spider doesn't come out, and then he reaches back in there and he taps the thread, and the spider comes out.
Right. I
always remember because I've done that. Like when I've seen a spider
really?
web, I like at the front of the house or something like that. I'll be like, and the spider will come out. Like, yeah, it works. Like, I always remember that.
I'm the spider whisperer.
And speaking of the stuff in the basement, there are a lot of really nice shots in that basement. The spider watching him when he's spraying.
I like all the close with the spider watching everything. It looks
when
really
he
cool.
looks through the wine racks and he looking up and then he sees it and he sprays.
When he's like, where are you?
And when he's first there and they do it's supposed to be like, could this be the spider POV? When they do the low pushing angles, almost like very Sam Raimi like and they go back and forth.
The whole cellar thing is kind of like an Evil Dead fight. Yeah. But he's throwing himself around very Evil Dead.
Yes,
too.
and I don't care that the spider jumps and he shoots him with a nail gun and he goes right into the spider web.
You're waiting for that. That's your smile, you son of a bitch ending. Yeah.
And he's like, nice shot. Like it's like that's I want that. I like that. Like I really don't have a lot of problems with any of the effects or the action or anything like that. I just think
no. It all works. And I love that the spiders aren't ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest notes in the film is that the spiders, it's not like, oh, the spider got gigantic. The spider's always like just big tarantula sized.
Yeah.
The little spider's they don't go like crazy. They're not like crazy smart. Yeah, some of them are interesting accidents. Oh, he's in the slipper. Oh, he's in the helmet.
Right.
But it's never like stupid, weird. This spider is so smart that it's gonna like really outsmart you and outrun you and be in the next door.
Except the general one.
Except the general, the general's a little smart. But like it's just they're spiders and you should be scared. And it's not like 8 billion spiders. It's always it's kind of scary when you think about it. Especially if you have arachnophobia, like I don't care. But like the spiders just are everywhere, and it's not like they're not an invasion. They're just in the floorboards in your house.
Well, how about the fact?
That's cool.
How about the fact that Atherton says about, or no, is it Atherton that says the fact?
Atherton starts telling him the fact.
There's 50 to 60,000 spiders per acre.
Yep.
I'm like, is that legit?
I think so, because some spiders are so small you can't really see
Like,
them. You
Butler,
never notice them.
This how we live. This is an acre and a half. This is an acre
And you're
and a half
near the
of land.
woods, so
Yeah.
you know you got some spiders.
Oh, when we first moved here, because when we moved to this house it was 13 years ago this August, there was somebody living here, but she wasn't living here full time. She was back and forth. She was down. She was an older woman and she was living down whatever, it was warm. She come back,
snow.
Whatever, something
what
like
do they
that.
call it?
So
Yeah.
when we came here, obviously there was, mice were running around everywhere. So once we came in, we got rid of them and stuff like that. But I remember distinctly there was a wood spider that was down here and it was this big.
Ooh.
And with wood spiders, there's always two. So and they're not like
They're
venomous.
safe.
They're
yeah,
just
yeah.
big. They're big. They're big spiders. So I killed it, of course.
Ah.
But then I was like, "Where's that second one?" And so like for a week, I'd come down looking for it, and then I found it. Like so, it was like so wood spiders. You see them; they're big. They're not venomous, but they come in pairs. So if you kill one, get ready for the other one. So yeah, but yeah, seriously, like there's 50.
Did you put on giant headset and start putting your
Delbert?
Delbert it?
Yeah, I'm just saying. There's
Start.
right now we're on a hotbed of 60,000 spiders somewhere in Butler. So
That doesn't bother me.
I mean, like all at once it would bother me.
All at once, yeah. If they're just like, "Hey, I'm here."
I mean, listen, just because we don't have arachnophobia, I would still behave the same way Jeff Daniels does in that house at the end. If there's spiders all over the place, like that would still be me, even if I don't have arachnophobia.
oh yeah, when there's 8 million spiders. If there's one or two though, like I'm usually the guy that at least is like, "Oh no, there's a spider." I'm usually the guy that takes the paper towel, keeps it safe, and then brings it outside. I'm like, "Sorry,
no.
buddy, you gotta go."
No.
I don't.
You're
I don't
in
kill
my house.
spiders.
You're going down.
I don't kill spiders generally.
Usually what happens to happen.
Spiders or crickets.
No.
Everything else.
Usually
can
what
get
ends up happening when I kill it, if it's a big one, I'll hold it up and I'll be like, "Look," and I'll start talking to the other bugs.
You see what I did
This is
here?
what happens here. Get out. I won't bother them outside. Outside, eat the bugs. That's fine. You're not coming in the house.
Oh, I kick them out, but I kick them out.
No, they're out. They don't belong here.
Oh, ladybug. I won't kill a ladybug either. But they eat my aphids.
Dude,
I got a lot
they
of
are
aphids
an
that bite me.
infestation. Come on.
I always get like a few right at the beginning of the summer, but I also get aphids in my apartment that bite the crap out of me.
Ugh.
And the ladybugs eat those aphids. So I'm like, you go do your job. You see what happened to my arm? I'll look at the one ladybug on the ceiling. I'm like, you get that son of a gun.
What do you think about how the movie takes its time? That we have a pretty good 20 to 30 minute stretch of setup.
Well, I kind of like it because it is a little bit of a comedy. So it's funny. You're watching these characters, you're watching this situation. Like it's so well done. And that situation is so not interesting, but like it's so watchable. It's almost like a Doc Hollywood kind of thing. He's a city doctor. He goes to get his job. He doesn't have a job. So now he's dealing with all these weird characters and trying to like tell the town he's a real doctor. It's like, I like that. And Jeff Daniels is a really likable in almost everything he's in. He's very likable, or at least very watchable and relatable. I think he plays a great everyman. And I think that works. You get that whole beginning sequence. So you've been given a taste of the spiders. So you're not like, come on, let's get to the spiders. You had a good 15 minutes of some spider stuff.
Right.
So now we're going to build the characters and get back into the spider stuff. So I think it works really, really well. Again, very Jaws-like.
Sure.
Jaws begins with that attack on the swimmer. And then we get into Chief Brody, and then we get back into the shark after that. And it's just like, and you're watching Jaws because all the Brody stuff is good. The mayor's ridiculous. These people are funny. Hopper is funny. Quint is funny. The way they react to each other and relate to each other is funny. And
Did you say Hopper?
Hooper. I always say Hopper. I don't know why I was
Because you like
Hopper.
Stranger Things.
No, not really. It's okay.
But you watch it.
Yeah,
So that's what's in your head.
I still haven't watched the finale.
Okay.
I'm waiting to get spoiled. It's gonna happen.
They all die. There you go. Now
Yes. He'll wake up. It's all in a
It was all a dream. Bob Newhart wakes up and
honey, I just had the weirdest dream about children. How do you want to keep that to yourself, babe? But yeah, I think that again, it really follows the Jaws playbook, and I think that works because you're setting up these characters and then you're setting them up to die, and some of them you don't want to die, like when the Mrs. Atherton.
yes.
Oh my God, I got the name right.
Not Mrs. Atherton.
Damn it!
Atherton's the name of the doctor. You're talking about the neighbor.
The lady, yeah.
Mary Carver. No, I'm sorry. Marjorie Collins. Miss
Collins.
Marjorie.
When like she dies, so you're like, that sucks because like you like her.
Yeah.
And but like you need to build up to that. You need to like these people to build up to them and getting it. The one thing I'm sad about is in the notes it says that the sheriff gets it, and they cut his scene.
Well,
you build him up as such a douche. Let
Yeah.
me see him get it. Because
Yeah.
he deserves, he's like the guy that you really are waiting for the spiders to get. And then you don't give me that satisfaction of watching him go.
But I understand why they cut it, because it just seems like, oh, now we show how he dies. It doesn't really. It's kind of
Superfluous.
it doesn't fit, because you're at the end of the movie. You're in the third act. It's like, let's get to it.
Yeah.
So so we both like this film quite a bit, but let's put our nitpicky hats on. But
Okay.
I said it briefly. I don't like Manley at all. Like, he's annoying me. He annoys me as a character. Maybe I'm okay with him getting bit, because like you're a photographer. You clearly signed up for this. This is what you're doing. And you've been bitching the entire time you're here.
My problem with Manley is he doesn't take the photos. It's like, Manley, take the photos.
Oh, I know.
Even at least was like in and out of sleep, because we had watched the second movie we had to watch this week first, because she had arachnophobia, but then she was like watching it because, again, it's not actually a scary movie, and she's like, is he not going to take any photos?
Yeah, that's his job. He's not doing
And I'm
anything.
like, I know. She's like, he's just watching the butterflies fall.
Yeah.
And even the doctor's like, Julian Sand's like, take Manley the pictures.
Yeah.
And I know he's sick during it. He says he just get over fever, and then he's still got the fever, to which I had forgotten he gets bit like that. So when he's sweating, he's like, oh, this fever. I thought, oh, you're already sick from the spiders.
Yeah.
But it's not even the spider yet. So like, I get he's sick. And generally speaking, that actor, I like him.
Oh yeah, no, this is the character.
But yeah, his character just doesn't make a lot of sense in the movie. I get that you have to have somebody shipped back.
Sure.
But I just think not so much more likable, but maybe more professional. Because right now I'm just like, I don't understand why he's there. Why would you pick him? Why did he pick this job? Like, he doesn't seem well suited for why he's there.
Yeah, a big complainer.
Yeah. I was like, I don't need this guy whining at the beginning of the movie so much. I do agree with that. Although the shots at the beginning are great. Very Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
Before, like, going into the crater, those helicopter shots are really, really cool. And then they're on the ground, which is clearly a soundstage and like a front yard of some studio. Because their first thing where they're going through these trees is like, those are bushes in a back lot of like Warner Brothers or something. Those
Sure.
are terrible.
It's filmmaking.
Yeah.
The magic of filmmaking. Do you like the decision that Atherton makes to go into the barn by himself to try to do whatever he's trying to try to do in there?
No, it's just like, go tell the others.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you planning to do? You're a spider expert, sure. But it doesn't mean you're a spider killer. You've got loose clothes on. You have no gloves, no hat protection, no face protection. One bite will kill you instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And you have nobody to call the cops if you or the ambulance if you get bit. Like, it was the dumbest. I hated that he gets it. Like, I don't know why he had to get it. Like, you don't set him up as like this guy that kind of deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it should have been the sheriff. And B, like, it's so quick and stupid. It's just like, oh, we got to get rid of him so he can't be there for the last fight.
Well, why would he think that? Because they talk about how they're looking for where the nest would be. And they say it would be in a dank, whatever location. And
Musty.
And Delbert says that it wouldn't be the barn because the barn's too drafty. He kind of throws in, they kind of dismiss
outside
him.
spiders don't get
But
in
you would
there.
think that Atherton would know that. So when he goes in there, granted he sees the spider webs, why would he think that there's no reason for him to think that the barn would be where they're set up.
The only thing that gets is he sees that picture and he's just like, where is this photo? Like, hey, you briefly passed by that photo and all of a sudden you're like, Webb, got it. That's it.
Where is this
Where's
photo?
It was taken 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. yeah.
And then you don't try to get into contact with Jennings to be like, hey, no, you're in the wrong place. We got to go here.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't happen. So it's like, that I did not understand that. It's like, let's just get to the third act and we got to kill Atherton because he knows too much.
Well, I think this movie has a good pace. So I think, you want to get to the third act. I think I'm glad
it does because we set up everything that's going on in the town and all that. So now it's like, all right, now we got to get to it because we can't just keep killing people. Like, unless you really want to do like a montage, like Ghostbusters, the Ghost Get Out kind of montage.
Right.
We have some like 80s song playing while everybody gets bit.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of reviews. I just have a comment from Ebert that I think kind of sums up what the movie's about or what we've been talking about for the last 30 minutes. This is the kind of movie where you squirm out of enjoyment, not terror, and it's probably going to be popular with younger audiences. It doesn't pound you over the head with violence. So I think maybe that's probably why let me ask you this, Mike. I was thinking of just that quote right there. Are we big fans of this film because we experienced it at a younger age, that if this film came out now, or I shouldn't say that. If we were our age back then in 1990, would we like this film as much as we like it now?
If this film came out today,
well, it's a different type of. I get you could say
I think those are two different things. Because if this film came out today, I would love it because I don't think there's enough films like that. And like, we always talk about, we love Krampus.
Sure. Yes.
Like
agreed.
Krampus is great. I mean, we just did Gremlins as one of our look backs for Patreon.
So you're saying there's not enough of these type of films now.
Exactly. And having seen those films, like I have a great appreciation. If I'm, in my late 30s,
Trick or Treat is also another one.
Trick or Treat. I love Trick or Treat. I'd be, 38 in 1990, and there aren't a lot of films because Jaws would still have existed.
Yes.
So I think I would still appreciate this film. I would still like this film. You don't need to be young to like this.
Do you think that the reason why this type of film isn't being made now is because studios don't have faith that it will do well?
Yep.
That they're just not greenlighting these films. That they're being written and they're being discussed and they're being like dreamed about by filmmakers, but they're like their studios are not. Two reasons. Studios are just like, I don't think it's going to make money, but also, why don't we just use one of our old IPs and redo that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, and they don't even do that. Like, I mean, I know Gremlins is maybe getting their third movie now, but how long has it been since we've been talking about it?
Right.
Decade. At least 2 decades. It's like they're too afraid to do these kind of films. I don't know, like the metrics don't say yes. We got to follow the latest trends. We can't go back to the things that work because the studio executives are these 24-year-old fintech douchebags who don't know anything about actual films. And that's
I don't know if that's true, but okay.
They only think in corporate talk now.
Well, yes.
I don't think there are true, and it's getting less and less. There are no true studio guys. Like I know from what I've seen of Seth Rogen's The Studio, I don't think there are like a lot of those guys left where I'm doing this for my love of film.
There's definitely an evolvement of what the studio system we're going through right now, what it will become, what it used to be, what it is now, I think is definitely in flux. I don't think anybody has any answers. I think they're just doing what they think will work, or they're trying to, like, there's a lot of fan serviced films. I think Cameron was talking about the Aliens, how he wouldn't come back and do Aliens because Aliens has become a fan serviced IP where they're just doing things that the fans want. You know what I mean? That they're just trying to satisfy hunger from not just fans of people that are watching it, but also the creators. They're fans of the original Aliens. So they just want to do things that they, you know what I mean? They're not really servicing a story.
Yeah.
So, I think right now where we are, we're in a major flux of what the studios are going to be like. Will it evolve to something that is what we like? I don't know.
But here's the thing about that too. Like, but then you look back at Krampus, you look back at Trick or Treat. These things have become huge cultural, things now that are pretty big.
But
in the zeitgeist. They're not huge.
Agreed.
But they last and they're merchandisable.
Well, that's my question was going to be like, yeah, Krampus is I see it all the time every holiday season, and we watch it, and everybody I talk with about it loves the movie. But are they making money off of it? Like, that's the whole point.
They got to on merchandise stuff.
Maybe
there's so much Krampus stuff. Like Krampus is so in the zeitgeist now, and Trick or Treat. Every Halloween now is Sam's.
But Mike, if Krampus is such a hit as we're saying, like, where's Krampus 2? I mean, like, I know they'll probably be terrible, but where's Krampus 2? Where's Krampus 3? Like,
but
where
that's
are the
thing.
sequels?
They make these movies every like 5 or 10 years, and they do well.
Yeah.
And then they stop making them. It's like there's no trust in the Spielberg formula anymore.
Well, how about that?
When that was what was working for so long and still works clearly.
I'll give you, because yes, and you have Spielberg not clones, but like Joe Johnston, you have people that do Spielberg like films. Even
Joe Johnston, that's 90s and early 2000s. Mangold.
Yeah, these people can do these type of films, but how about this? This is a movie that we did on the show 10, 12 seasons ago. Rare Exports. How has there not been a remake of Rare Exports for Americans?
Yeah.
Like that movie is, you watch that film and you're like, oh, I like that film. It's definitely set during a time. It's a Swedish film or Finnish film.
So I think,
it's Nordic. It's whatever. It's a Nordic film, but that story can be taken and obviously reworked in terms for American audiences.
Put in Alaska
you can have the same type of story that we're talking about, like kind of Arachnophobia, that kind of Jaws clone, and you could put it and you have it in the winter setting. And like, so like, I just don't, I'm sure I know we are not the only people that think this, and we are not the only prognosticators out there that are, want this type of entertainment. I just don't think it's something that whoever the people in charge are either don't think it's profitable and just don't want to do it.
But you know what's weird? Stranger Things, well, as a TV show and kind of its own thing, also takes so many cues from these kind of movies.
Oh yeah, no,
and that's
that
immensely
nostalgia.
popular. So like, why aren't people looking and going, oh man, people do still love this mid 80s to early mid 90s kind of movie?
I said that Stranger Things is a huge phenomenon, but I was talking to somebody the other day, talking to Pat and Adrian, and I was saying that if you took these, granted, there are Stranger Things 5 seasons, 8 to 10 episodes each, so you're talking like 35 to 40 episodes.
Sure,
some are an hour long, some are 2 hours long. There's a lot of fat you can trim in that show, and if you took that and you just made 3 trilogies of 2-hour trilogies, I think they would be much bigger. They'd be bigger films. The kids would not age out. You would have, you know what I mean? Like,
that's their own issue. But
that's the thing. I think a lot of those issues would be solved. I think that it's a solid IP. It's a solid story. It just took way too long to get told, and I think there was a lot of things that. But again. That's something that's the type of thing that if this was 10 years earlier, those would be movies. And I think we'd be talking about them in a much different way.
Sure. But I just don't understand why, if that's popular along with Krampus, along with Trick or Treat, along with, this movie and Gremlins and Indiana Jones, anytime like these kind of movies come out, why aren't we doing
because Netflix is a different model, because Paramount and Warner Brothers and whoever owns. Granted, we are in the middle of who Netflix buying Warner Brothers, so it's just it's. I just don't think they want to pull the trigger on that.
Shame.
All right, so then we both love this film. I think we would recommend it to everybody. You think?
I mean, not if you have arachnophobia.
Okay, fine. If you have arachnophobia, don't watch it.
But yeah, I think it's great. I think it's got a little bit of horror. It's got a little bit of terror. It's got a little bit of comedy. It's got characters you want to watch. Yeah. I think it, like you said, it moves.
Yeah.
I can't see anybody I wouldn't recommend this to. And if they came back and said I didn't like it, I would just ghost them. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, no, I think I think this movie works for almost everybody.
Well, then why are we saying it's forgotten?
Everything we just said about,
because it's 35 years old.
35 years old.
Big discussion.
No one wants to watch those kind of. No one wants to make those kind of films.
Right.
And it's not streaming. Right. Which again, why aren't these fun movies streaming?
We always have a problem finding 90s films.
Yeah, 90s films are so hard to find.
Yeah.
I think that hurts it. I think the fact that it doesn't have a big star, like, while it helps the movie be better, the movie is better for it. I think it hurts in terms of going back and looking at this movie.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's my thing.
Okay.
You got anything to add to why you think it's forgotten?
I think it's 35 years old. I think if I showed
anniversary time.
It is. Well, it's 35 years old last year.
That's true. We're
6 years old. So yeah. Yeah, but again, we missed. Why are we not seeing a 35th anniversary show 2-week engagement or 2-day engagement in the theaters for Arachnophobia? Like that,
like that, like the company too. I forgot what it's called.
It was an F, not Fandango.
That's what
Fathom.
Yeah.
God, we've been out of business so long. Yeah. So like again, I feel like it's a forgotten film in that regard, in terms of like, is it, if you said like, what's a classic? Because 1990 is really more of an 80s movie because it's made in the 80s. Like when movies come out in the 90s. So like those movies that come out in 2000 are really more symbolic of the decade prior.
Right. It's late 90s.
So you kind of have that bleed over. So I view Arachnophobia as more of an 80s film than it is a 90s film.
It's got a like late 80s vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but when you talk about 80s movies or movies back then, Arachnophobia is really never really grouped in there. It's really not considered like one of those classic films from your youth. So I think that kind of not hurts it, but just affects its retro look back on it. Like, I mean, you talk about Stranger Things, there's no Arachnophobia reference in Stranger Things, but you could absolutely do that.
Yeah.
So I just think, again, I think you're right about the star power. While it helps the movie a great deal in terms of how they casted it, how they casted the film, it does affect its like longevity in terms of people looking back on it. I definitely think it's worth it, and I definitely think that you should. That's why we're doing the episode on it. And when after this episode comes out, and I see an article in Collider, or on Polygon, or wherever, you're listening to our show. Listen, we'll write the episode. We'll write the blog articles for you. I mean, come on. Anyways, that's my take. But where can they find us?
You can find us at ForgottenCinemaPodcast.com or wherever you get your podcast. You're watching, listening to us right now. Go ahead, like, rate, subscribe. Tell us in the comments. what you love about Arachnophobia, or what other movie that's kind of like Arachnophobia doesn't get enough love. Put it down in the comments below. Maybe we'll add it to the big list. And which we'll always do. If you have a suggestion, let us know. We'll add it to the big list. And if you like Forgotten Cinema, we have a show every Wednesday. We've got our Patreon. If you go there, we have exclusive episodes like our Look Back series, like we did Gremlins. We have merch discounts, Discord access, all that kind of stuff. Patreon. Go there, check us out. Go to our merch store, get some merch, help support our show, and just stay on Forgotten Cinema. We do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, awesome. And join us next week as we're going to be doing a drama thriller from the year 2000, Changing Lanes, starring Ben Affleck and Samuel L. Jackson. Fun fact, Butler, I never watched this movie, so we'll first watch. Yes. First watch from Mike.
Oh, fun fact, this is our 8,000th Ben Affleck.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of Ben Afflecks lately.
Yeah.
And I can go into next week about why I didn't watch it, because kind of we'll figure that out. But
okay.
All right. So that's next week, Changing Lanes. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this has been Forgotten Cinema. Go watch Arachnophobia again.
Itsy bitsy spider.